On behalf of Marcia and myself, we hope you enjoy this evening and have a great time. We have people who have traveled great distances to be here, all the way from Delaware, Pennsylvania, Texas, Utah, Nebraska, England, Virginia, Florida, and I understand that over 80 people have traveled outside the city of Indiana to be here tonight at great expense and trouble and time. So we very, very much appreciate that, you joining us in this beautiful celebration. My role here is very limited. This event started 18 months ago. And the planning stages have been ongoing for a long period of time. But when it comes to the father of the bride, or FOB as I'm sometimes referred to, my involvement comes up in the last couple of weeks. And there are two things that I do. One, I'm told that the balance is due. And the second one is, how long do you need for the welcome speech? So I gave that some thought, because I've been through this once before, and Alex is 26, so I said, you know, maybe a minute for every year. I think that's fair. 26. I was told I had 5. I said, well, you know, I could cut out years 2, 3, 8, 10, 16, and 20, really uneventful years. So I got down to 20. I was told I had 5. Well, you know, marriage is a compromise, right? So I said, well, I'll take it out another, 20%. I'll knock it down to 16. So we compromised and I have 5. There'll be a lesson for you, Ryan. No compromising in marriage. Unfortunately, I have also found out that once you hand the microphone to the father of the bride, nobody is going to take it away from you. So it's going to be more than 5. That's why we had to open the bar beforehand. I hope everybody got something to drink. As of this week, I was still expanding on the speech, because you will see that 3 weeks ago, after we had invited everybody, all the invitations were out, the reservations were back, Alex said, I want to invite someone else. She wanted to invite Epstein Barr. I said, we're in my room. But she insisted upon it. So Epstein Barr came to Alex and spent a few weeks with Alex. We have over 20 doctors in the room, so I'll explain that. Last week, we spent 3 days in the hospital with Alex, and her face was about 3 times its normal size. Eyes ballooned out. All the doctors looked at her. All the ointments and IVs and everything you could think. We finally just took her home and said, this is going to take some time. But lo and behold, trust your mother. The mother always knows. I am telling you, cucumbers are the world's gift to women's eyes. This woman right here knows the answer. And I'll tell you one, but I used to walk down the bedroom, or down the hallway to her bedroom, and she had these cucumbers laying all over her face. And it worked. That's all I can say is it worked. We were in the hospital, and Ryan is such a supporting, loving, now husband. And we're in the hospital the second day, and future mother of the bride turns to Ryan and says, well, I guess you didn't plan on this in sickness and in health part was talked about. We're going to be part of the ceremony. And tonight, if you noticed, they kind of chuckled when the in sickness and in health part came up. Ryan's got a great sense of humor. He turns to the mother of the bride and says, when does that health part start? Prayers and support of many family members is thanks for everybody who did that, because it really came through to put Alex in a position to be here tonight, and she is doing so much better. We thank you for that. Not to be outdone, I decided that I was going to invite a last-minute friend. Vertebroplasty is a word that I learned this week. So on Wednesday, I had a vertebroplasty, and I came home from the hospital on Wednesday night. Alex is home from the hospital and recuperating down in her bedroom. And our nurse, back and forth to the bedroom, what do you need? Can I help you out? I'm going to do something for you. She gets a phone call, 7:30 at night. The flower girl's got 104 temperature. Anybody can beat that for the week before the wedding. I don't know. That's one for the record. But we are very appreciative to be here and glad to be here, and want to do a number of things tonight. I want to thank everybody for the opportunity, and I want to thank Dr. and Mrs. Zipper, Mark and Natalie for the wonderful reception that we had last night. And I want to also thank you for your wonderful son. You gave him a strong foundation, and we are very proud of him and look forward to adding him to our family. And Dr. and Mrs. Zipper, Ryan and Alex, I want to thank you for the opportunity to have so many friends and family here tonight to celebrate and join with you in this union. And we want to make sure that you understand that you, on behalf of Marcia and I, we want you to have the greatest blessings in life that you have provided to us. We've got wonderful children, and we have enjoyed you very much. I look forward to spending more time with you, Ryan. Now, it wouldn't be a complete father and bride story without sharing a few moments, so I've got some more. Ryan, to you, welcome to the family. I look forward to adding to you, to our family, and I have enjoyed the many experiences with you. I told both my girls that if they could find somebody who loved to fish and hunt and football, I would have that very much. Alex came through. I've enjoyed carp fishing with you. I've enjoyed waterfowl hunting with you. And let me just tell you, you have not been waterfowl hunting unless you take a first-year med student. Most of my waterfowl hunting friends do not like the after the hunt part where you got to clean the catch, right? Not Ryan. We love taking Ryan to go hunting because he loves to clean the birds. Not only would he get done cleaning the birds and put them in a bag like we were walking out of the grocery store with him, but then he would identify all the internal organs. There's the liver, there's the pancreas, so it was fun. Enjoyed that. And when it came to football, you really hit a home run. I don't know if you know that Ryan started out in life as an Ohio State Buckeye. Probably did it with his grandpa, who still ushers at football stadiums. But over the course of time, Alex had him to come around. He's now an IU football fan. Maybe that makes you question his judgment. But in any event, I've enjoyed a lot of football with Ryan. One of my best stories is a couple of years ago when he called and said, hey, I want to go to a away football game. So we got some tickets to the Michigan State game. We went to East Lansing, did a little tailgating, and it's kind of a long walk in from where we were tailgating to the stadium up there. And on the way in, Ryan decided that he was going to cut in line in this porta potty that was open and went right in. Well, I'm going to tell you, Michigan State fans were really upset because they were mostly students. And they started getting angry, and they were talking about tipping over when he was in there. Ryan didn't know what really was going on, but Alex, cool thinking, stood in front of that porta potty and protected him from those students. Talked them down, said something about him being hard of hearing, and he couldn't hear them yelling at him as he was going in there with his red IU jersey on right in front of all these Michigan State fans. Anyway, he didn't get tipped over. It was a good experience. At least that's the way I'm always going to remember it. You can tell it a different way, but that's the way I remember it. Proud of Ryan. Ryan is a captain of the United States Air Force. We thank you for your service to our country. Fine academic achievements in medical school, and I'm sure that you're going to make a great doctor. We welcome you. One thing I want to tell you is you need to remember that I loved you first. Where you started, Alex, a girl that I've loved a lifetime, my daughter. Your mother and I are so proud of you. You're a wonderful person. You've grown up to favor your mom in so many ways. We appreciate the opportunity to spend time with you. From the time that you came home, you had a passion and a spirit that made you the tiger that you are today. When you were 4 years old and you greeted your dad at the door with a hug and a kiss every night, the warmest hugs and smiles I've ever seen. To when you were 5 years old, when you were 5 years old and your sports career consisted of 2 soccer practices. The second soccer practice, all the other kids, 5 years old, are running around the ball out on the field. Alex chose to stand out on the field about 10 feet from her father and express her love to me how much she was enjoying her soccer practice. That was the last sporting event. When you were 6 years old and you used to play catch with your dad in the backyard. And did you guys really think that I was not going to do every year? 7 years old, the scar on your ankle will live with you forever because your dad refused to take you to Ready Dad after the incident when you were learning to ride your bike. 8 years old, fishing with Jessica and with me, catching the bluegill, great times. I have enjoyed them. I love the show choir performances, the best soloist, the opportunity to see you performing that way, your fine academic achievements at school, and the fine teacher that you have become. I don't know if anybody knows this, but she's been a teacher here in Fort Wayne for 4 years. She came back at home to live with us. And when she came back home, Alex promised that she was going to learn how to cook from her mother. And she says, who is a great cook, by the way, she says, I'm going to cook dinner 1 night a week for you, Alex. The closest Alex came in 4 years is when she calls me at the office and said, Dad, Mom's not cooking tonight, I'm going to Culver's. Do you want to get it? So Ryan, I hope you have a Culver's there. Alex, you have blessed your mother and me with so many opportunities and so many experiences. We love you dearly. You're a terrific person. You have your mother's morals and values, and we are very, very proud of you, to say the least. I have one other thing that I want to get to before I do my last toast. So I want to walk over here, and I want to thank this woman for everything you've done. She is our front. And Brian got to watch every one of the Mother of the Bride stories. So he knows what I'm talking about when I say from. She has planned this out detail by detail, and with the absence of myself and Alex over the last couple of weeks, she got to do it all herself. I think she kind of liked that. Nobody to quarrel with. She has been a great support to me, a great love. And I need to tell everybody who doesn't already know that 33 years ago, yesterday, I married this woman. She's been a love and a support for so many years. There are a lot of people here tonight who have made the journey with us for 33 years. Friends, family, bridal party participants back then who have made it all the way here. We're saddened by the fact that a few of the family members cannot be with us here tonight. They didn't make the journey this way, but that's okay. We're here and they remember us and we remember them. So it's been a wonderful journey for us. I've enjoyed all 33 years. Thank you for marrying me, taking care of me with all my faults, improving me, and making me a better person today. So, one more thing to say. It's a 2-dance minimum, everybody. 2-dance minimum tonight. Broken backs, mono, pneumonia, no excuses. Everybody hits the dance floor for 2 dances. But if there are any 4-year-old boys here who have it in their mind, just be known, there's one certain bumpa who's already filled the dance card of one tough dog trainer, a.k.a. Bulldog, a.k.a. Flower Girl. So I'm done. If you will join me, raising your glasses, the most important toast to the most important people here tonight. We love you both.
From family game nights and Christmas Eve performances to singing "Are We There Yet?" over and over in the back of the car, you were always my partner in crime. Sure, we fought over who got which seat in the car and stole clothes from each other's closets, but we had some good times too, like waking Mom and Dad on Christmas morning, splashing in muddy puddles after rainstorms, playing on the swing set in our backyard, and watching Clarissa Explains It All and Hey Dude together. Some of my favorite memories, though, are the ones we formed later in life. Evenings spent sewing in my basement, taking Betsy to Veggie Tales, Wednesday night family dinners, weekends at Lake Gage, our summer trip to Shipshewana. These moments will always have a special place in my heart. I am so honored to be your big sister, to have had the privilege of watching you grow from a not-so-teeny little thumper of a baby to an energetic kid, to a graceful high school show choir star, to an outgoing sorority girl, and finally to the strong young woman you are today. I'm just amazed by the woman you've become. You're intelligent, loving, God-fearing, dedicated, loyal, trustworthy, a true woman of integrity, and you are going to make an incredible wife. Ryan, thank you for loving my sister the way that you do. Thank you for respecting her ideas and protecting her heart. Thank you for making her laugh and making sure she doesn't take herself too seriously. I'm grateful for the way you've accepted our family with open arms, even if it means pretending you don't like Ohio State, and embracing camo guns and hunting. You even ran a triathlon with John, Dad, and I, and yes, beat us all. You've always made our family a priority, even from the beginning. Remember the trip to Nashville? The one you agreed to go on even though you had just had your wisdom teeth out the day before we left? You've never missed a single one of Betsy's birthday parties, and you drove up from Indy to attend both kids' baptisms. The day you came over to pick up furniture that was being stored at our house, you brought donuts for Betsy and stayed to play with her for a full hour before even picking up the first piece of furniture. Even just this week, Betsy was sick, and you came over and brought her a bridal Barbie in anticipation of this weekend. You have such a heart for kids, and you've always treated mine as if they were your own. You also have a tremendous work ethic, a great sense of humor. You're compassionate and down to earth, and I know you are the perfect man for Alex. And I'm so glad you've now added to your long list of accolades the title of husband and Uncle Ryan. To both of you, I think it's evident that God is at work in your relationship. You've already come through so much in your 6 years together. From illnesses and job changes, to the stress and uncertainty of the residency matching process, and the daunting task of purchasing a home together. But through it all, you've continued to rely on the Lord's ultimate wisdom and grace, trusting Him every step of the way, and always seeking His perfect plan for your life. In some ways, your relationship has been a slow but steady flame, gradually growing in strength and intensity over the last 7 years. I've loved watching your relationship evolve. You have an ease about you that only comes with knowing each other for a long time. You complement one another so perfectly, and I look forward to seeing all that God can accomplish through you together as husband and wife. Now, if you'll all raise a glass with me as we toast the bride and groom. Alex and Ryan, I pray that the Lord will bless your marriage. May there be an abundance of love, joy, and happiness in the years to come. Cheers. Cheers.
So I was given the opportunity to give a speech, and I've known Alex's dad's record in the courtroom. I knew I couldn't beat him speaking, so I'm going to keep it short. Undefeated, super loyal. So I just want to take a few. I just want to take a few moments to thank each and every one of you for joining Alex and I on this special day. We both really appreciate all the time, effort, and money spent to join us today. Like Mr. Lewitt said earlier, many of you have come from coast to coast, overseas. And we really appreciate it.
It's better.
Something I've come to realize recently is the most important thing to Alex and I as our friends and family. And to spend this day with all of you, it just means so much to us. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all being with us. Each of you has a really significant impact on Alex and I. We wouldn't be who we are today without you. Alex's family, just wanted to say I'm so thankful for all the love and support you've given me in the last 7 years. From the day you met me, as I was introduced as the Ohio State Buckeye, you didn't hold that against me. You've just been so welcoming, so thank you for that. And while we're moving further away from any of you, we hope to stay just as close to all of you and know that we have a guest room in Charleston if any of you want to visit. 2 guest rooms so far. So again, thank you for all joining with us for one of the greatest days of our lives. And again, thank you.